Geordie, big week. Renewals for 6 young players who you yourself have showed plenty of faith in and who can carry the club forward.
Yeah, I think we're really lucky. The academy system here is doing a really good job and bringing through some really strong young players, and it's great for those guys to to sign up to the club and to commit their future to the club. And I'm not sure if we can consider Harry Wells one of those young players, and that I think he likes to think he's young, but he's been here around a few years now. But yeah, as I said, it's great those guys are on board, and they've played a little bit of football this year, and they're going to go on and hopefully play a lot more for the club.
How nice is it for you as a bloke who's just taking the reins effectively to hear guys saying that they want to recommit because they believe in what your philosophy is and they believe in where you're taking it?
Oh well, those guys they're really important to the club. The young guys, they come through the ranks and they work really hard. They know what we're about. They're committed to playing for the club, and that's what I love. So it's great to be a part of that. It's great to be the guy who gets to pick them and reward them with all their hard work when eventually they do get to pull on the first team shirt, and hopefully there'll be many more over the next few years.
There's been plenty talked about your philosophy with the youth and the younger guys in that senior group and the development squad. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? What is your thinking around that?
Oh, you know what? I think it's a tough place to be, but we have to reward the guys who want to be here and the guys who come through and work their socks off to represent Leicester Tigers. They want to be here. I want to reward them when and where possible. I think it's important for us in this day and age that we have a very strong academy system. We have to blood guys younger. In my days, we probably had a stronger playing squad and we were blooded at a probably a more appropriate level. Now it's not always the case, but guys have come in, put their hands up, done a really good job when they've given opportunities, and I want to see that continue.
No names, but for those watching and those who have been asking tirelessly, there are some new faces who will be joining the club next season, aren't there?
Yeah, of course. We're in a situation where we've got some bits and pieces that are done and some bits and pieces that are just getting done across the line. We haven't announced it for our own reasons. I know the fans obviously are very, very curious to know what's coming in, especially when they see some guys going out. It'll be, hopefully in the next few weeks we'll be in a position where we can finally announce that. For a multitude of reasons we're not announcing now, but the fans can be assured that we have signed and are in the process of signing some big names.
And then on the flip side of those that do come in, the nicety there is that you've got 6 guys and guys in recent seasons who know the DNA of the club, know what the club's about, and they're able to portray that to those that come in.
Oh, very much so. It's about balancing act really. It's really important that, as I said earlier, we've got our homegrown guys who know what we're about, and we just add some steel to that as well. We want to, when and where possible, grow and develop the players from within our academy system and reward those guys by coming through into the first team system. To couple that, with a really astute recruitment process where we sign guys that will help that and aid that. But it'll be driven by the young leaders that we have coming through there here.
You've sat on a few different sides of the table when it comes to new guys coming in as a player yourself, a captain, an assistant coach. How's it been as a head coach? Yeah,
a little bit different as a head coach, probably a lot more work involved in it, but it's been good. It's been an interesting process, great learning curve for me. But yeah, I think, across the board, it doesn't matter who you are in this club, you want to see the people that we're bringing in being really strong additions to our squad. And that's no difference from a head coaching point of view or from a playing point of view.
Away from the pen and paper, you gave the boys some time off and yourself some time off, went away with a former teammate.
I did indeed, yeah. It's amazing what you can find out on social media. I was away for 3 days with Lewis Moody, which was very interesting as we decided to go skiing. He snowboarded. Lots of fun. Really well needed, I suppose. Nice to get away with just my wife and leave the kids with the grandparents. She hadn't seen me in a little while, so it was a nice few days, and then we were back into work back into last week. So it was good to get the few days.
And not up against, but you've got Nottingham Rugby here today, working with them, training up and against them. Is that a little bit just that we haven't played a game and going into Saracens?
Yeah, I think Nottingham are obviously just down the road. They've got a game on this weekend. We don't. We wanted to go out and have a decent training hit out. We've got a lot of injuries and we've obviously got some bodies away on international duty as well. So we're stretched really to go team on team. So Nottingham are a brilliant resource for us. They've come in, they've been great. We've trained against them in the past, and they will hopefully continue to do that. It's a great possibility for us to be able to do it together.
Have we been flogging the boys in this block, or are we, I guess, tapering them into that first game back?
A combination, really. We probably tapered yesterday. Today will be a tough day. day down tomorrow. Thursday will probably be a bit of tapering, and Friday a little bit tougher again. So it's just really about mixing it and getting the workload into us that we're going to need. We're going into a very difficult block: Saracens, Worcester, Wasps, Sale away, 3 away games. It's going to be really difficult, so we're going to have to be firing.
Finally, about that block, obviously now it's all Premiership, no other focus. What is the mentality of the group? What's your mentality leading into this?
Oh, we've got some big games. As I said, 3 away from home. It's going to be really important that we're really on top of our game. We're playing 3 or 4 of really the top sides. So it's going to be very difficult. As I said, we've been stretched. We've got guys away on international duty. We've got injuries, but no excuses. We're just going to work very, very hard, and we'll have to scrap for points wherever we can. And as I said numerous times in the season already, it's you get a couple of wins under your belt, and it's a completely different league table. Things
are positive, aren't they?
Oh, very much so. Yeah, I think we're in a good place. We're mid-table. I think our performances have been probably mixed throughout the season, but it's a great place to be. Not a lot is expected of us, and the guys are excited about getting into this block.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.